He made a funny statement, but this statement actually coincides with an era of beginning of lifestyle diseases. The change in lifestyle, the change in food habits and lack of exercise, and in late 1900s, the main killer of human race become lifestyle diseases,
We
displacing
welcome
infection.
Professor R.C. Kumar Sir, Additional Professor of General Surgery, Government Medical College, Trivandrum, to please chair the session. Kindly settle down soon as we are waiting for the next session to commence.
So,
Madam, please don't make noise. Sir, please.
Session is going on, please. Please
the
have your
gurus
seats.
were emphasizing the importance of exercise and food from the beginning of medicine. Hippocrates said, "Food and exercise are thy medicine." So William Osler is considered as a father of modern medicine. He said, one of the first duties of the physician is to educate masses not to take medicine. He was emphasizing regarding the proper education, proper advice on lifestyle modification so that we can prevent the diseases on curtailing the infections. So the newer guidelines, the ACSM, the American College of Sports Medicine guidelines regarding exercise. There are similar guidelines by American Diabetic Association, International Diabetic Federation, American Heart Association, etc. The advices are free and enough. But where are we now? This is a study published in DNA, February 10, 2010. An average Indian lives up to 69 and 72 years, whereas a Indian doctor lives only up to 55 to 59 years, which is shocking. It was noticed that most early deaths were due to cardiac arrest. There was another study by IMA Kerala State in 2017. An average lifespan of a Kerala doctor was only 62 years. So we need experts like you in good health and for long. So this is my topic. Thank you, respected organizers, for giving me an opportunity to present in this conference. Our resistance to exercise, to change our exercise and to change our food habits is evident from the statistics. We have got a dubious distinction of the diabetic capital of the world, the hypertensive capital of the world, the capital of cardiovascular disorders. We are only at second place, only to US when obesity statistics is concerned. And why? What is the reason? One, as you know, the sedentary lifestyle. This is our new gen. Does everything in front of the computer. This is a fact that when household items get slimmer, the users will get fatter. Sitting is considered as new smoking. Every hour of sitting, we do cuts about 22 minutes from our lifespan, and smokers shorten their lives by about 11 minutes. That means the end of this CME, 3 days, you'll be losing around 1 to 2 days. Previously, we have got malnutrition, but now the fast food culture. You'll become what you eat. The pandemic has also contributed. This is scenes before the pandemic and gradually after the first lockdown, and this was the scenes after second lockdown. Ads usually confuse you. I understand the importance of this apostrophe after seeing this ad. This is Anu's kitchen, finger licking. And the ads usually confuse, and ads on obesity definitely confuse you. This was a hit maker 2 decades back. Levanathailum, just apply on your stomach, the fat will melt. And the different size of vibrating belts in shape, and some Gundu centers, Gundu Slim Center, 3 kg loss for 30k, 5 kg loss for 50k, and some give offers, one offer 1.5 kg free. And you know the benefits of exercise. I won't go to the details, but there is a confusion regarding the weight control. If you time, we'll discuss in the last day. One important question is, will exercise add years to your life? And studies like this have shown that an exercising person will have 10 to 20 years more lifespan than a sedentary person. And $1 million question will be, will it add years to the life to the years? What is the importance of adding years to your life when there is no life in the added years? The quality of life in the added years. Again, the studies have shown that an exercising person will have 10 to 20 years more lifespan than a sedentary person, and he will be at least independent in his activities of daily living in the added 10 to 20 years. Few slides on exercise physiology, the energy systems. You know, we have got three major energy systems: the ATP-PC system, that is anaerobic, that is actually for emergency, and the anaerobic glycolytic system, where without the presence of oxygen, glycogen can be spliced to get few ATPs, and the most important system is the aerobic system. In aerobic system, the glucose and the fat can be utilized in the presence of oxygen in the mitochondria. Probably this is the most important slide I have. When glycogen is spliced anaerobically, it will give you 4 ATPs. 2 will be used the process of splicing it. So the result is 2 ATPs. Glucose, when burnt aerobically, will give 36 ATPs, and fatty acids, according to the chain size, will give you 140 to 150 ATPs. Exercises, these are the American College of Sports Medicine guidelines. There's 4 types of exercise: flexibility exercises, moderate intensity, endurance or aerobic exercise, resistance exercise, and balance exercise. It's an option for those who are at high risk of falling or mobility impaired. The question is, are we giving advice on exercise? If yes, are we giving the correct advice? Or are we, or the patients, doing it correctly? This is the aerobic exercise, walking, running, zooming, cycling, Zumba, games, etc., or aerobic, but all these can be done aerobically or anaerobically. This is a recommendation: engage in 150 minutes or more of moderate intensity. That means 50 to 70% of maximum heart rate aerobic activity per week, spread over at least 3 days a week. There is a confusion. And what is this aerobic exercise and what is this moderate intensity? So this is a definition of aerobic exercise: using your large muscle groups rhythmically for a period of 15 to 20 minutes or more, and maintaining your heart rate between 50 to 70% of maximum. So you know that it is also known as cardios because that will protect the heart. So the heart will work at betterly in an environment of increased preload, the decreased afterload, and if the heart rate or the diastolic period is high. So if you have aerobic fitness, you will have enough capillary density, there will be angiogenesis, and you know that according to the Poiseuille's equation, the pressure exerted will be inversely proportional R/4. So if you have enough vessels in the muscles, the afterload will be less, and there will be increased number of mitochondria, so the muscles can utilize enough oxygen, that is a fuel for human body, can be utilized by the muscles, so the heart can reduce the rate, so the diastolic period will be more. And because of the exercise, there will be some hypertrophy of the muscles, so the peripheral heart can act. The preload will also be good. So that is why it is known as cardios. So the efficiency, coming back to the efficiency, you see, a free fatty acid when burned in the muscles, the type 1 muscle, the aerobic muscle, that will give you 140 to 150 ATPs. So aerobic fitness also means your ability to utilize free fatty acid as the main energy source. So if it is burned anaerobically, if you have anaerobic fitness, the muscles can only burn glucose, but if you have aerobic fitness, the muscles can utilize free fatty acids, so that will give you 140 to 160 ATPs. So that means if you have anaerobic fitness, if your anaerobic muscles are working, the system is utilizing only glucose. So what happens is there will be craving of food. What food? Glucose-rich food, and the appetites will be more. That's like a mileage of a vehicle. The mileage is good. The frequency of fuel utilization will be less. So this is a thing, the body will, if you have aerobic fitness, body will use more fat. So there will be no dyslipidemia, there will be no obesity, and your appetite will come down. So this is the disease of the century, the aerobic deficiency syndrome, where aerobic system is not well developed and maintained. So this is actually the major risk factor for lifestyle diseases. Here, you will have fatigue, general aches, pains, frequent hunger, and craving for sweets, excess fat storage. So coming to the exercise prescription, the thing is, we want to start exercise. Remember that what one has not done for a lifetime cannot be accomplished overnight. So you start slowly and go steadily. The intensity. See, if someone defines aerobic exercise as a series of strenuous exercise which help convert fat, sugars, and proteins into aches, pains, and cramps, means you are doing it wrongly. See, this is the formula for intensity. The maximum intensity is 220 minus your age. That means for a 20-year-old boy, the maximum heart rate should be 200. What we need is, for aerobic fitness, you should exercise between 50 to 70%. That means around, for a 20-year-old boy, maximum heart rate 200, so you have to exercise between 100 and 140 heart rate. If you cross this 140 mark, then you will be trained anaerobically. You will be utilizing your anaerobic fibers, and you will have anaerobic fitness. So there is a simple thing, the talk test, simple advice on intensity. That means if you are doing it mild, that is aerobic, but you won't have the benefits. That means during exercise you can sing, and moderate means you cannot sing during exercise, but you can talk. That means you are now at the aerobic range. And vigorous, that means you cannot talk, you cannot sing, you can say only words, there will be huffing and panting. That means you had crossed the desired mark, you are now exercising the anaerobic range. So if you want to exercise scientifically you can buy equipment like this, the fitness band. Last thing, the resistance training. Should we need this resistance training? Yes, this is a guidelines. Every adult should perform activities that maintain or increase muscle strength at least 2 days, not 5 or 7 days, 2 days a week. Because on an average, an adult loses up to 5% of muscle mass per decade after the age of 30. If you are sedentary, it is almost 8%, and with more rapid decline possible after 65 years. That is, the anaerobic exercise will maintain the muscle bulk and maintain the basal metabolic rate. You can go to the gym, or you can make a home gym with equipments like this, a dumbbell or a TheraBand, or you can make your own dumbbell using empty bottles filled with water or sand, or you can even use this water bottles for exercise. And last thing, the syndrome of anaerobic excess. So that means there is an imbalance between the aerobic and anaerobic system. What we need is primarily an aerobic fitness. Then only you can start anaerobic training. So if you are trained anaerobically, the main fuel, as mentioned, will be glucose. You will have more appetite, craving for carbohydrates. There will be dyslipidemia, chances of diabetes, and sometimes cardiomyopathy. And this gentleman was probably a victim of anaerobic excess syndrome, this Puneet Rajkumar. And final thing, the yoga. So MCI has some directions on yoga. The thing is that yoga combines all these things, what the resistance exercise, flexibility, and balance. It does not contain an aerobic component. So you can do some aerobic exercise, and definitely you can add yoga if you need. But don't use things, dangerous postures like Shirsasana or Sarvangasana. So Mammootty, you know that Mammootty is one gentleman who conquered aging by just lifestyle modification. He will be turning 72 next month. And Troller says this will be scenes of Mammootty during Dulquer Salman's daughter's marriage. And my take-home message, a secret of staying healthy and young is to proper exercise, that to scientifically move a little more, eat a little less, and lie about your age. You cannot advise patients like this, you are obese. We should be leaders to create proper roads for others to follow a good lifestyle so that we can make our India healthy, heal the India. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Professor Roy, for the wonderful cruise through exercise physiology as well as through exercise practice in life. I think it is open to questions, but we are hardly pressed of time. My friend Dr. Srivkumar will make other comments.
It's an excellent lecture. We need more time to discuss about exercise. The role of exercise is very high, even particularly after the COVID era. And Roy has done how to do exercise, what to do exercise. Any comments or any? You have 2 more minutes.
No, sir, 150 minutes. Yeah. Yeah. No, sir, it can be spread over 3 to 5 days. There should be not more than 48 hours before each sessions. That means 5 days we can spread it over 3 or 5 days a week with possible 2 rest days, but you cannot combine 2 rest days together. That means there should be not more than 48 hours between 2 sessions. So you can even do it alternate days. Sure, sir, definitely. Yeah, 150 minutes is the max.
Thank you, sir. Dr. Roy is available for discussion. We are running short of time.
Okay, sir.
Chief guest is on the way. So,
We request the chairperson, Dr. Rajmohan sir, to honor our speaker, Dr. Roy Ramachandran.
also we request you all to assemble on the front gate to receive the chief guest after the session. Thank you.
We request Dr. Vinod Menon to honor our chairpersons, Dr. Rajmohan sir and Dr. Ashish Srikumar sir.
നമ്മുടെ ഇന്നത്തെ ഈ സെഷൻ കഴിഞ്ഞു. അവിടെ നേരെ ഇപ്പോൾ ചീഫ് മിനിസ്റ്റർ ഹാസ് ജസ്റ്റ് സ്റ്റാർട്ടഡ് ഫ്രം ഹിസ് റെസിഡൻസ്. വിതിൻ 5 minutes he will be reaching here. Please go to the main hall there, please.